Years ago, I had a 1-week fling with my girlfriend's sister, and she doesn't know about it. Will everything blow up if I tell her? I, 39 male, started dating my girlfriend, 29 female, in December, and I really like her. Last weekend, I was invited to a barbecue at her parents' house and met the whole family, including her sister, who is a 35 female. When I saw pictures of her family together on Instagram, I didn't recognize her sister because she's changed her hairstyle and dresses very differently. But once I met her in person, I recognized her immediately. A few years ago, I won a week vacation in Portugal. I met my girlfriend's sister at the hotel, and we connected extremely well on a physical level. We had a great vibe the whole week, going to the beach, going dancing and drinking at night, and having sex for 6 days straight. We kept in contact for a time through Facebook, but later on she deleted her profile and we stopped interacting. When my girlfriend introduced me to her family and her sister, I froze for a moment, and I could see in her eyes that she noticed me stuttering and stammering. Her sister and I both acted like we never met before. I could see her glancing at me from time to time, and I have no doubt it's the same girl I spent time with years prior. Same name, same voice, same smile, and same tattoo. Must I tell my girlfriend about this? If I was her, I would want to know. But I also think it might hurt her to know. That's what I fear the most. I've talked to my best friend about it, and he says I should never tell her. But instead, he suggests I reach out to her sister and talk it over with her. So the question is, should this guy tell his girlfriend? Should he reach out to his sister? Or should he just stay quiet?
God. Well, the friend is a bad friend, first of all. Terrible advice. Absolutely terrible advice. I'm going to say this. That's an accident. That's not your fault. That is a weird karmic change in the universe. I have definitely read romance novels like that. But at the end of the day, I don't think that would wreck the relationship because he didn't know the girlfriend before he knew the sister. Like that's the element that you have to remember. If he had already been dating the girlfriend, I would have been like, we should just kill him. Like we could just kill him. Because he didn't know, that's not his fault. That's nobody's fault. I think he should just tell her. If you have an open, honest conversation with this person that you're in a relationship with, that's your partner. Like just let them know, this is really weird. I feel really weird about this. I'm quite uncomfortable, but this thing happened and I want you to know about it. And I don't want to talk to her until I talk to you. Because you're the person I care about and you're the person who I want to build something with. So you tell me how to proceed. And if I need to do some groveling, I will. I feel really weird about this. Because at that point, I mean, you're prioritizing your relationship. You're prioritizing your partner. You're being open and honest and communicative. If he went to the sister first, say this was, I have a sister relatively my age. If somebody slept with my sister before they slept with me and then they talked to her about it before they talked to me, I would be livid. I'd be livid because it feels like there's like almost like cheating going on. That gives a cheating vibe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
You really, first of all, really honed in on what a lot of people are saying in the comments, and actually very good thoughts on this. Yeah, first of all, here's the first comment. Do not go to her sister under any circumstances. Your friend who suggested that is an idiot. Tell your girlfriend that years ago...
Break up with him.
Yeah, really? What are you saying? Go to this... Anyway, your friend who suggested that is an idiot. Tell your girlfriend that years ago, you had a fling with a woman who you now realize is her sister. It was only for a week, and then it ended. It was a really long time ago, but you want to be honest with her. You and her sister aren't close friends. You don't really know each other. It would be weird and inappropriate to reach out to her. Tell your girl right away unless you want to get dumped or divorced. Because no healthy and long-lasting relationship is built on lying or withholding information pertaining to sleeping with their sibling.
Sleeping with their sibling. It's like...
Yeah, right?
That's the thing is once you realize that's your girlfriend's sister, the second you start to think about discussing it with her versus just going and discussing it with her, that becomes an omission. And that's still a lie. That's still you hiding it. Like if I feel like you're hiding something from me and I don't know what it is, even if it's just because you're not talking to her, but you're not talking to me, I would still think like, why don't you feel safe with me? Why are we doing this if you don't feel like you can come to me about something like that? If we can figure this out together, I don't know. That's exactly what a relationship should be. Things get messy. Things get messy. We can find a weird fix to this if we need to, but at the very least, we need to have a conversation about it.
Absolutely. Now, here's a funny thing. There is an update.
Oh, I need to know.
Today, I had lunch with my girlfriend and gathered the courage to tell her about me and her sister back in the day. I feared that maybe her sister had already told her, but it turns out she didn't. I tried to just state what happened in the most factual and brief way possible, and that even if she had a couple of pictures with her sister on Instagram, I didn't recognize her before meeting her in person the other day. Thank God she believed me, but I could see how it was progressively affecting her the more we talked. She ended up crying about the fact that it even happened, and it completely broke my heart and made me feel extremely guilty. I know I'm doing the right thing by not hiding it, but I'm devastated that it hurt her so much. She started asking a lot of questions about how many times we had sex, if I enjoyed it, if I felt something for her after that week, how many times we had messaged each other, and if sex was better with her sister. I lied and told her I don't really remember that much about it. It was just a vacation fling. She seemed worried about emotional attachment, but I have none, and I'm certain her sister would say the same. To make things worse, it turns out that her sister is going through a divorce, which has created a rift in the family. I can't help but feel like a villain, even though I believe I did the right thing by telling her.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to have actively done something wrong to be the villain in somebody else's story is a terrible thing to say, but you don't. I'm sure I'm the villain in so many people's story, and I have so many villains in mine as well, and you don't have to do it intentionally, but I do think probably the hardest part of that update is that the sister didn't say anything to her either. Being the person who has a sister in my age range, if my boyfriend had slept with her and she did not tell me even after she clocked it, I would think maybe he's lying because she is like withholding something. Did they end up having a conversation before this? Who do I trust? Because if he came to me but he was scared to come to me, she never came to me. Is she ever going to come to me? Like, there's so many nuances with that because it's family and family is messy. But God, I really feel for that girlfriend. I really do. That's got to be terrible.
Yeah. Here's a comment, a high vibe comment I read that I really like. Continue with your relationship. Make her feel loved. Cook for her. Care more about the present than the past. If she asks too much, tell her you told her the truth because you are an honest person, but that the whole ordeal is in your past. Talk about her and the future. Make plans. Travel somewhere new for you both. And stay in the moment. So now, I really like that because generally speaking, high vibe or Zen advice would be to stay in the present moment, live there as much as possible, focus on what matters now, not what happened years ago while on vacation. So I think that's a particularly good point. I believe in the law of attraction. So if I were OP, I would ask myself why he attracted this situation into his life. What lesson was he trying to teach himself? Was it a lesson on honesty? Was it emotional consideration of a loved one? How to balance family dynamics? There's usually something in there. And again, it might have been an unconscious situation, but wow, what a crazy coincidence. You go halfway around the world, you meet a girl, you have sex with her for 6 days, fast forward 5 years, and now you fall in love with her sister? It's like a movie plot, right?
It honestly, I've definitely read romance novels like that. I liked what that high comment said. I have this author that I read a lot of books from. Her name is Helena Hunting, and she just came out with her newest book where the main character, he's a reformed playboy, and the other character, she was a virgin until she met him. And there's all this contemptuousness now in the relationship of, why did you pick me? What makes me different? Am I as good as the other ones? Am I not as good as them? Where is the differentiation? And it's kind of like the sister with the ex, or with, not the ex-girlfriend, I'm so sorry, the sister with the girlfriend, in that he had to tell her, anybody who came before you doesn't matter. It's just us. You are my future. And to have to be able to say that to someone, to say, listen, nobody else before you matters. You are what matters to me. That's what the boyfriend should be doing in the future. He should not be paying attention to the sister, actively keeping some distance between the two of them. Let her figure out her divorce thing. Obviously, she's going through some stuff. But to make sure that the girlfriend knows that she is the future, she is the present, she is the only one that matters. And maybe that was the meaning behind that. Maybe there was a part of the relationship that he was sort of losing his grasp in. Maybe he wasn't actively trying as hard. He was like, now that we're dating, I'm not going to put on as much effort. And this was just a sign of like, listen, you want this one, you need this one, this is your future, this is what you need to put your energy into. And maybe that was the vibe. But even if it wasn't, I think that that lesson that he learned from it, she probably is learning as well, is that she now is the priority.
Yeah, well said. I like that. That's great.
Thank you.